Hi. I watched your video. It's good, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, it was made in Australia. It's a University of Technology. Was it Sydney or Melbourne or something in Australia? I thought, no, it's really clever and no speaking. So really great for a worldwide audience. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's just, I don't know. It's sort of you look at that and you think, yeah, it's entertaining that sort of thing. But I don't know. When it gets down to how much money can you make out of it, it just ruins it. It's that's yeah. I understand why you need the money and what have you, and so do I probably. I guess I'm being looked after and spoiled by the state, but I could always use more, I guess. Uh, yeah, I get the feel you think I'm some sort of marketing guru. I had a laugh this morning because I thought I've only done yeah, maybe 10 of those pings. I don't know, maybe not even that many. Five. That's as many as I've got. I'm up to. I realised this morning that when I did it, uh, and I don't know the market. You say you don't know who the market is. It could be anyone. I was just Vietnamese. I would never have guessed it. You know, how would I know? But anyway, I just didn't think I could do anything with that product. I really just lost heart in that particular product. I couldn't imagine anybody at all. Well, maybe a few, but I don't know. Anyway, um, yeah, be good if you could actually ping directly to accounting students, wouldn't it? Fuck, that'd be good. Maybe you can do that. I don't know. That would be excellent if you could do it. Really hone in on just accounting students. Whoa, that would be exciting. And say go to this site or whatever. Yeah, that actually that could. I wonder if that's possible. That'd be good. Yeah, at a centre view. Oh yeah. And then narrow it down to first year accounting students. Yeah. I wonder if I'll have to look into that. Yeah, and just target those people. I doubt it's possible, but that would be good. As you'd have to let Google know somehow that that's you're an accounting student. But that really highly specific, ads that are relevant to them. Oh, gee, that'd be good. If I did that, whoa, oh, baby. Then the world's your oyster. Um, yeah, but just to illustrate how much I don't know about this and how I'm probably 5 campaigns, which is, pushing that button 5 times in front of you. That's how advanced I am. Like I'm nowhere. But yeah, it's like I keep thinking of that donkey. It's like a man and a woman, isn't it? It's like me and you. It's like fucking Jesus. Will you understand? Maybe I'm there, and then lose all the fish in the end. Yeah, it's just so us. Same as Sue and me. I want to go this way. No, I want to go that way. And that's what fucked up. Yeah, but anyway, he just wanted to sell the fish at market. No, the donkey had a better idea and fucked everything. Yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, I was thinking. I thought because I could never understand why America and England and those sort of places nobody looked at it. Thought, no, they've just got no interest. Fucking clown that I was. But I was advertised. They were asleep. That was all. Nobody there. The only reason I was getting because I run the ad in my time zone, which is Asia. So all Asians were looking at it, but the Americans were all asleep. The English were all asleep. Yeah. So I haven't looked, but I reckon there would be some way in there to set it to certain times. See, I'd even told you in one of these recordings that I could do it at this time, you could do it at another time. I'm sure that could be automated. I don't think that's stupid. But I haven't looked at but I'd say there'd be an option there to tell you what time zone you want to run in. So if you ping the world, for example, I mean you only got $100 lots. Well, it's not going to last long. You know, just a little bit, and then it's finished. Finished. It's but if you wanted to ping and find out the whole world, then you'd have to set it at different time zones. Unless you spent, $1,000 or something that would last all night and go right around the world. But if you only want to spend $1, you're sampling it here and there. So it only occurred to me, oh, okay, maybe there'd be a button there or something that I'd change. Like you could run the ad at 8 p.m. your time to run at 4 a.m. your time, which might be when someone else is open. You'd have to look up and see when the time difference and all that. It's really high tech stuff. That's it. I mean, it's just like it'd be no different than if you did an advertisement for your animation. Said, "Oh, Bob, can you run it for me? I just don't want to see the results," or just feel like something else helping me. I say, "Yeah, no problems." Any idea where you want to start? Yeah, just start with the world, Bob. You know how it works. Yeah, I know. We ping that. Yeah, yeah. Boom, looks like they've got a fair bit of interest in Canada, and also in this place and that place. Okay. And also, you might say, what, men and women, or yeah. Well, I ran it for yeah, mostly in older age group men for some reason. Odd, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just that's like I could do it. It's just I know what the world looks like. It's really simple. Just ping the world. Now that I know you can put a time zone in, hey, getting sophisticated now. Yeah, and you put a time zone in, and you can just go to bed, and it'll run. But it's fun to watch. That's sort of half the reason. I could, I put the fucking thing on. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I came back. I was talking to there's Gwen I was telling you about. It was when I first got here, and I was over there. I was talking to her, and I came back and said, "Fuck! All these people have watched it. What's going on here?" And yeah, my ad had run, and it was like a real shit. And so yeah, because it doesn't run instantly. It might take 2 hours or something. And then you come in, and fucking people are just, how come suddenly 350 people have watched my? Because I think I spent $3 the first time. Watched my advertisement. Wow, this is good. And I looked at it, the fuck, yeah. And then I realised, oh, it's the ad because I've run the ad. They've watched the ad. So, and that was about 4 goes ago. So I'm no further advanced than you. It's just, but it's sort of fun. It's sort of like, oh, okay, oh, look at this, ooh. And then you go and you think, oh shit. It's just sort of a bit of fun. And I looked at, and I was doing it by myself, so it was boring, but I looked at it, I thought, oh, and I found I was talking to Gwen, she was bored by it, and all she wanted to do was smoke and drink and gamble. But I just found it was fun to talk about. Oh, yeah, we could do that and do that. It was just, I can't explain it. You have to sort of do it, I suppose. But it's really quite addictive. You think, oh, gee, I'd like to do this. More and more of it, because it's like people get addicted to fishing. I don't like killing fish, but they love fishing. They love catching fish. Yeah, and they go on to study about it and that sort of thing. And yeah, you could do that with this too. You could it'll sort of get you. You go, oh yeah, what do I do now? You could read more and learn more and more about it. But I was just at the very early stages of just, oh gee, it's fun. Advertising is actually fun. Because you get different results. You go, oh yeah, that happened. Oh shit, that didn't buy it. Well, that doesn't matter now. What do I do here? What have I got to do there? And then you start learning about calls to action and all that sort of thing. And it's, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a long way in front of you. In terms of time, I probably started this a few years ago, but in terms of activities, I'm at the starting line because I haven't done that many different activities. Had I been doing a lot of activity, I would have been a long way in front of you, but the time has elapsed, but only the certain number of, like, I'm up to realising, I probably have, there's someone there to set a time zone you want to run it in. I haven't looked, but I'm sure it will be there so that, you can run it in someone else's time zone if you're selling offshore. But yeah, I just thought, wouldn't that be fucking great, accounting students? And then even breaking down the first year, I'm dreaming. And so that'd be a sort of thing that you could probably do on Facebook. No, that'd be Facebook advertising shit. I got nothing from that. But in this case, if I could actually, Facebook could be a possibility there. I don't know how Twitter and those sort of things work, but I mean that could be a possibility as well. But so if there's anywhere where it was cost effective to target directly to first year accounting students, that'd be, if it was $1 a click and I got, you know, $50 from, from the sale, and maybe 10 clicks to go to sale, it'd be worth it, and I'd do it. See what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. I don't want to. It's great that it's free, but it's just if I can it's just faster to advertise. Yeah, but see, I was just thinking too that when I realised that uh, that with the time zone thing, I thought, see, I could have thought, oh God, I'm a stupid. Really, I'm dumb. Oh, how did I miss that? I don't. I just I figure now that no, that's quite acceptable. You've got a lot going through your mind, Bob. And anybody, you've got a lot happening. And yeah, I know it seems obvious, and but I don't cane myself for it. And nor do I sort of say that I'm wonderful and brightening. But I don't put myself down as, oh God, I'm stupid. Oh, oh, oh. It's just, you feel the tension in it. No, I just look at it and think, well, look, I'm tired. I'm old. A lot of things have happened. I've got a lot. I'm pushing a lot of buttons, and it makes once you realise it is obvious. But but I've long learnt it. Don't cane yourself for it. No, okay. So you've learnt. Good. Move on. Just accept it gracefully. Yeah, okay. You missed it. It wasn't. You're not the quick, flashy, brightest. Who are you competing with anyway? It's not the point. Yeah, so, um, and others was like, God, you're thick. And didn't you know, obvious, duh, you're advertising your own time zone. But see, this is the thing, um, and it probably also explains why I'm having trouble explaining stuff to you, because you're under stress, I'd reckon. And when you're under stress, like I'm under stress, with trying to sell something like that. So I'm a bit uptight about my prospects of success when I was advertising the ebook, plus all the other shit in my life. So, and I think possibly what's happening, I go off at you because it's so fucking simple that I'm explaining. I mean, how simple can that be? That I didn't I was only advertising in my own time zone, so obviously America is not going to. I'm not going to get American views. That's a very simple concept, isn't it? Once you can see it. And that's, I think that's I don't know what's happening. Like I try and say stuff to you, and I'm just saying it's really, you were just running like a television advertisement in different countries, tailored or aimed at different markets. Which markets will work, I have no idea. I've got, and nor would you. The only way you can do it is trial and error it. And you get the data back. It'll tell you. You'll see it as obvious. But see, you'll be thinking, oh, but I might not be able to see it. Well, you may not be able to. But I'll just say, I'll have a look at the campaign. And say, see, they look, and you go, oh, okay, I get it. And then from then on, you're right. Like, even if you don't get it instantaneously, I can just log in and just say no, and you'll say, oh, okay. Like had you said, oh, Bob, you're advertising in your own time zone. Maybe there's a button in there or something that you can. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, right, I get that. Yeah, fair enough. That's cool. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, and that's all that needs to be said, really. I'm probably being wrong, so I'm not calling you silly or anything else like that. I just don't understand why. When I tell you, I guess it's because you're not seeing it, physically seeing it. That's why I showed you that thing. You got the idea of it now. Yeah, it's just buttons. Yeah, that's all it is. And there'll be another button there somewhere for setting a time zone, hopefully. I can't remember. I didn't see it. I can't remember seeing it. I might have an actually going, do I want to? Just don't feel like it. I'm sort of at a point where I'm just exhausted. I just don't. It's probably why Boom, can you take care of it? Just to give me the results or something. Just tell me what's happening. I don't even want to go into Google AdWords. Yeah, it's Google AdWords. I just don't want to. I get to a point where I've just had enough of everything. I just don't. I'd just rather sit outside with Stumpy, play with Stumpy. That's why I'm saying it. But it's fun. You'll enjoy it. It's not like it's a shit job. It's not like, putting all this data or anything. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's good fun. Yeah, I reckon you enjoy it anyway. It's just if you're relaxed a bit. But I reckon you only run it a couple of hours and you go, oh yeah, get this. It's fucking simple. And then you start enjoying it. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just the tension now, the uptightness. I can't stand it. It reminds me of. I'm sorry to say it, but Sue, I remember when I first turned up here, and I had the car, and I can still remember sitting there thinking, I think last time I'm going to be under this much stress. Last time, I can't. It's just. She was so stressed all of the time. When we first met, she just smoked tins of cigarettes. We used to buy them in tins and packets. Just couldn't stop smoking. She got me so anxious. And it was, I like that our whole life. They're just nervous like rabbits. And there's just nothing I could do to settle her down. She didn't drink. It's just nothing. But you're a bit the same way. You're just sort of tense. And I can't, I suppose, you got to worry about the future and get this house and all of that. But in the meantime, just miss out on life, don't you? But that's, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know, I used to try and be relaxed, as much as possible and just take things in my stride. I actually do things to consciously make sure that I don't chastise myself if I, miss something obvious, like I was advertising in my own time zone. Obviously, other people aren't going to watch it. So I consciously think, no, don't fall into the trap of tutting yourself, because it starts a stress train going. Much better to just say, well, fair enough, okay, and don't think about it. Don't assign a value to yourself. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh God, I'm so stupid. Because you're hearing yourself say that, and so that just perpetuates the stupidity. You're better off just not saying it. There's nothing gained by saying it. No, what, and don't have anybody around you that's going to call you stupid for it. Oh, God, you're stupid. You don't need it. It's not going to help. It's just not helping at all. This is why I say, try and make things a bit better. Just even that's just a little thing that just and I feel quite warm within myself for being kind to myself. That helps me be kinder to you. And vice versa, if you're kinder to yourself, then you think, oh, okay, I'm getting this. Yeah, so if I'm nicer to myself, then I can understand it's not a good thing to put myself down or to criticise myself or anything else like that. So therefore, I won't criticise you, Bob. I'd say thanks. Gee, that'd be good. I would like to meet a woman. You're not abusive, which is tick, a big tick. But and I don't want you to be kind to me. I want you to be kind to yourself, because then you'll just be better toward me. You just won't criticise me for things. I don't want to be criticised. Do you want to be criticised? I mean, people can think of thousands of things to criticise you on, but that's probably because they're criticising themselves. I don't know. Or, they're being flattered by someone and critical. I really don't know. But I just don't want to do it to anybody. Even Raph thought I was being critical of her. I wasn't. I was just trying to help out. I just thought it was something she hadn't thought of. Like I hadn't thought of the time zone. There might be a button. But, she didn't see it that way. I guess it's the same. I wanted to get some car tablets to relax Sue in the car, and she smacked me about. I just thought it was... And so I sat there with a very nervous, uptight... Oh, it's horrible. Absolutely terrible. Always was driving with it. It was just dreadful. And I'd suggest getting a tablet. Like flying with me is awful. I would just take the tablets, so I'm more relaxed. I'm very a bad flyer. I can't stand heights. It freaks me out. But I would say no. I'd go to a chemist and say, give me some tablets because I just can't handle it. And but no, Sue just can't accept that. I don't know why. You know, she must think she's a perfect person or something because she's not. But it's just she got violent when I suggested tablets, and it was just awful trip, terrible. That much stress. Ugh. You know, I was driving down there. It's just, and I thought, oh, let's just try and find a restaurant or something that's got a bit of. And I found one that sold. It wasn't a McDonald's. It was a local one. Sold lamb and sort of local produce. It was just it was closed, I think. And we're walking along, and Sue was pointing at the car, saying, "Oh, speeding! He's speeding!" I was, "Fuck's sake, sir! Seriously, really? Oh, look at that speeding!" I don't know whether she might have been doing it on purpose. I don't know, but it was always like that. It was just stress. It was just instead of saying, "Oh, let's try the restaurant," you know, maybe we can just get together a little bit. No, that car. Oh, it's bad, isn't it? The car's been like, "Oh, fuck off." And you tell me not to be rude about it, but I mean, it's my whole life. It's like that my whole life. It'd be like being, you know, it's just tension. It's like if you continue to be tense, like, what's the fucking point? Do I need it? I had it with Sue. And she'd be, and lighting one off the next, until she finally gave up. And it was just nerves. And as a result, I was smoking continuing because she was making me nervous. It's just, the Maltese, probably like you guys, very, very nervous people. They're like rabbits. Actually look like rabbits if you look closely. They're nervous like rabbits. Run away quick. And they're just uptight. Um, and the truth be known, I just never enjoyed it. Yeah, so that's that's what I'm trying to sort of say to you. Just if you can just, I know you've got this future to worry about, and God, will my animation? Well, oh God, yeah, I know all that. And what's coming out of it is it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant to be with. You know, that's. But I've sort of see for all my life I've felt like I've been climbing this mountain, getting higher and higher, and maybe I'm finally sensing I'm getting near the top. It was funny because it just I remember when it occurred to me about the paper trail. As I was looking at your one of your animations or demonstration animations, and it just occurred to me, and I thought, oh my God, for all that trouble, and I thought, why don't I just do paper trail? It could work, you know, for a fraction of the time and effort. Like, look at the donkey. How much time would that have taken to do? You know, it looks pretty simple, but oh my God, there'd be some work in that. And look, it's a great presentation and that sort of thing. And it's, you know, my hat's off to them. There's no doubt about it. I'm not detracting anything from the workmanship or the product or the quality or anything. It's great. But I imagine it would have meant a lot of work and it would have been quite stressful. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe they organised it in a way that it was fun. I had the knowledge and knew how to use it. So, and possibly for them, it was fun. Um, uh, the but that's sort of why I looked at it and just thought, uh, maybe just doing this too hard. So we had a retailer here called Dick Smith. He set up an electronics business years ago. You know, he used to sell all sorts of electronic, everything really for electronics. Ended up being computers and all that as well, but just anything for like hobby sets and all that sort of stuff. And he started it with $560 way back in the 1970s, and he rang up someone in America and said, "How do you do it?" They told him, so he said, "Okay." And he had $560, and he sold the business years later for millions. And in fact, it's actually just collapsed, as a matter of fact. But somebody paid something like, extraordinary amount of money for it a couple of years ago, and the business just wasn't there, and they folded and collapsed eventually. But it ran for a long time. But the point was that he didn't start off with a huge company. He had $500 and something. That was it. and the concept worked, and the business worked. And he's actually just been on in the news lately. I haven't read what he's got this big idea for Australia, and he reckons it should start with buying back iconic brand of what we call a Vegemite. You've probably heard of it. Yeah, yeah, but I'll have to look up. I just can't be bothered. I don't know what. I just don't feel like doing anything today. Um, Sunday. I don't like Sundays, as you know. It's 11:30. Um, yeah, and I've spoken for 25 minutes, and probably too long. Yeah, but can you see what I'm saying about the advertising, just the whole thing? Stress out about your own business. Don't tell me about it. But I just feel like sort of doing a makeover, sort of like instead of like if I spoke to Sue about this, it'd be like I'm ripping her bloody teeth out. There's a bit. Okay, I'll do it for you. And I'm trying to say it's actually you can have a fun, you can get addicted to it. All right, I'll do it for you. And it was just like, oh fuck, bring me down. I'm trying to do things that are a bit of fun. Maybe it's just the people I know, wrong people. I don't know. I'm trying to say, look, this, like you say, put in a Bluetooth thing. It was a killer to put it in, but I thought, no, I reckon it'd be fun, sending photos and that sort of thing. So far, I reckon it's proven to be fun. And I could shove movies down there and everything. And I said, that's just a simple idea. I went with it. No problem. I could see it. I could see the potential. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, excited. But I'd do the same thing for others. No, I couldn't do that. It'd be like me saying, oh, but I don't know how to put a Bluetooth in. And it was a hassle because I spent all day trying to get a software to do it. That didn't. And then I got onto a Microsoft site, and then they said, no, if your thing's not Bluetooth's not connecting, you need a dongle. So I had to race on my bike over town and try to do that. Went to a store, walked in, said, have you got a Bluetooth dongle? And they said, no. And they said, oh, what do you want it for? And I said, well, I hooked my phone up. And they said, oh, no, there's a cable in. I said, no, it's not working. Oh, okay. So I ran up to another store. No, they didn't have it either. And they were just closing it all. So I ran back, ordered the thing, got it a week later. There's quite a bit involved in it. It wasn't just a matter of pressing a button. There was actually quite a bit involved with it. I had to go to quite a bit of trouble to get it to happen. And but I was happy to do that because I could see the potential. I thought, oh yeah, and that was your suggestion. But see, when I do that with others, I get this, no, I can't do that. No, negative, no. There's brick walls. So I end up being open to suggestion and ideas, but nobody else is. So can you see what happens? And then even as something is, I don't have to see you on cam or that sort of thing. And I say, and it's a struggle to get you to and I'm saying it's really easy. A Bluetooth was difficult, and I thought it would be. Like if you tried to put a Bluetooth onto a computer, I'd say, yeah, I reckon I always thought it was going to be a problem, like it was going to be difficult. And yep, tick, I was right. It was a problem, right? With this, I'm telling you, is easy, guarantee you. And I've done it, and it's a little shitload easier than Bluetooth, I can tell you. Much, much easier. Simple as. Like Bluetooth, I had to actually order the thing and then go online and think, I wonder if it'll work. It's only $6. Yeah, I'd buy the bloody thing and get it in. But is it for Windows 7? Yeah, God, there's a lot to it. But here, none of that. You know about the world. You know about all you got to do is start with the world, different time zones, and then narrow it down from there. That's it. I think you've even logged in, so that's not even a problem. We've even done that. It's just nothing like putting a Bluetooth in, nothing. You tried to put a Bluetooth in, it was hard, wasn't it? Yep, that's right, that's what it's like, hard. Now, and this is really easy. So you got hard Bluetooth, this is really easy. Yeah, can you see how I sort of look at it like, yeah, okay, so I do this really hard thing to, do something, and then I ask you to do something really simple, and you like the donkey. I'm not going to do it. And so I slap it and I think, oh shit, then I've got to play the music. It's just like, it's over and over, the same thing. And yeah, so I don't know what the donkey was thinking or why it wanted to go that way, but that's what it's like. Yeah, it's like I'm the guy and you're the donkey. Yeah, and yeah, And if I slap you, I feel guilty. Yeah, that's just like the guy didn't think. Yeah, it's just like you're like a donkey. Like, yeah, you're just like a donkey actually. Very obstinate. Yeah, obstinate like a donkey. It's probably yeah. That's and they're the best things that are based on real life. What happens in real life. Yeah, and we can all relate to. I remember the family and I went to I think up in Nimbin, and it was the funniest. I laughed, but it was a group of actors, travelling actors, and they were sort of demonstrating the immense amount of trouble that they have to go to get people to pay them, uh, to earn an income. And I thought, oh, this is what Sue and I are going through. It's just a tremendous. I just laughed a lot. So I'll give them $20. This woman, handed a hat around, and I said, I'll just wait $20 in there, Sue. It's worth a laugh. God, it's funny. And Jesus, didn't he? You could see the look of daggers in his eyes. And because this woman's off her face, and he said, no, no, no. That was what I was going to do. You just handed it around and got, $50. We know that's why I do things a certain way. I get people to pay me more. Oh, he was furious. You could see the anger. I just thought, oh, get out of here. As she was just, oh, no, I'll do this, and fucked him right up. And, the stress and everything else that came out, it was just unbelievable. But it was a great show, acrobats. So standing on one another, and I just laughed. I thought, yep, this is the sort of thing, the trouble we go to try and get people to flick a few coins at us. And I suppose in the end, I just thought, this is where I thought of paper trail. Ah, fuck it. Let's do the opposite. Instead of going to all of that trouble, let's see what happens if we go to no trouble. Or fuck all trouble. Like, putting paper trail together, it just hasn't taken much time. These people would have practiced and practiced for years. It's the same thing if with the buskers. You see buskers there. When it comes time to pay, a big percentage of people will leave. And you can see the buskers going, oh shit. The reality is, that's what they should look at. No, we get a segment of that market, and that's what happens. That's how the market behaves. A certain number won't pay. They just won't pay for whatever reason, and you can't make them pay, although this guy at Nimbin was trying. And this is why I figure, yeah, okay, out of 100, if they like it, they all like the idea of it. Yeah, a lot will download the freeload, and only a percentage will pay. But fuck, we only need 2% to buy it. And I'd reckon a busker would get probably maybe 10% of people would throw in a coin. And they're only asking for $1 or $2 or something, but most 90% will walk away. And they'll even say, oh, please don't walk away, please don't walk away. And they all go. Yeah, so he puts on this amazing act and gets $20 for it. Yeah, so can you see what I'm saying? I'm sort of thinking the same way. Do something that you can, you don't do much. Yeah, it looks like fun. It costs you $1, and I just need $2 and rich. It's like that. As a fuck it, I've seen all the busting you got. It sounds good, sounds right, and some of these acts the buskers put on, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Nobody pays for it. Cruel, hard people. Yet they'll go and buy, pay McDonald's $10 for a hamburger. It's a load of shit. And the busker that's just put on a fine act and really entertained them and given them a lot more value than McDonald's ever will, gets nothing. Yeah, it's not fair, is it? But I've looked at it and thought, well, yeah, take that idea and just package it up differently. Fuck up the market. Anyway, that's enough. 34 minutes. I better send this to you.